You're listening to What She Said on Canada Talks.
Hello, I'm Christine Bentley in studio with Sharon Caddy.
Goal! Sorry, I had to do it.
She's saying that because joining us is the founder of an organization called KICKIT2WINIT. John Tufangjian, welcome. John.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
So you founded KICKIT2WINIT in 2012. Tell us why and what this is all about.
So I started working for a nonprofit organization called Ephraim's Place in 2012, and I said I have to do something to sort of help, fundraising, and we came up with an initiative called KICKIT2WINIT, which was a soccer tournament, and it was our first year. We had 8 teams participate. A lot of good demand that came from it. And we decided, hey, we can do another one the year after that. And the second year running, 2013, we did another tournament, and we went legit in at the end of 2013. So we incorporated KICKIT2WINIT and decided that we want to expand our territories, so go beyond Toronto and go into several local cities across Ontario, eventually moving into Canada to support local charity organizations.
And what is it about the beautiful game? What is it about soccer that really seems to capture people's hearts, minds, attention? Why does soccer make it work?
I think soccer it's always been a very diverse sport. Because it's an international sport, you've got so many different countries and ethnicities that partake in it, and that passion has come to North America, and it's exciting to see that Canada has adopted this sport and is competing quite well with some of the other local sports that are kind of active here, like hockey and baseball, but soccer is really taking off, and we figured, hey, we can use soccer to send a message to get out into the community.
Well, the neat thing about this is that you can stage these tournaments all year round.
Correct.
How does that work?
So
It's not out on a field?
Well, we have indoor facilities,
indoor fields,
which is beautiful. Yeah, they put up some domes in the winter time as well. Some of the facilities are warehouse type facilities, so we always have options to play all throughout the year, and in summer, if they choose to be outside, we play outside as well.
So how do you see these tournaments impacting the community?
Well, it's we don't, sending a message is one thing, but getting the attention of a community, whether they're corporate businesses or just residents of the community, to come out and play a good sport, and using that platform to speak a message, as long as as well as having our charity representatives there. We give them some time to speak as well, to share their programs and what they're doing in the community. So it's a great opportunity, at that moment to really just talk about what we're doing while we have their attention.
It can really see. I've always loved soccer because it's that sport that can truly reach pretty much each and every member of a community.
Correct.
Not taking anything away from any other sports, but other sports can be cost prohibitive, whereas soccer tends to be a very inclusive option when it comes to just about everybody.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, John, you started with one in 2012, and where are we at now in 2015? How many tournaments do you have planned, and where do you see this going down the road?
So we have 8 cities this year. We're in Whitby and Kingston in June. We've got Hamilton, Ottawa, and Toronto in September. We're in Aurora, Newmarket in October, and we've branched into the U.S. So we're in Miami and Orlando in November.
That's exciting.
Yes.
Yeah. So in 2016, we're hoping to add Vancouver, Winnipeg, Montreal, Halifax, Edmonton, just to cover all the major cities in Canada, and we've got great demand in the U.S. as well. So we look to hope by 2018 an international presence to send our message that every community that we're in, every city that we run a tournament, we've got a local charity that we are supporting. So that's, if there's 30 tournaments that year, that's 30 charities being supported annually.
And how are the charities determined?
Well, we do a little bit of homework. I tend to prefer to lean towards underfunded organizations, grassroots, those that really need to get their message out as well. So it's not just raising awareness for them, but as well as raising funding to help some of their underfunded programs.
But is it something that you particularly research, or are there people that apply to you to be part of it?
At this current time, I do a lot of research. Colleagues of mine usually give me, referrals, and I look into. But as we grow, we're hoping that we do get contacted by, local organizations that want to be part of, what we do. It is free for them. There's no cost for them to get involved. This is just a gift, a way for us to say thank you for, for what they're doing and help, get their message out.
Nice.
So give us an example of the kind of reaction you get after a tournament in a community, because I would imagine it would be pretty emotional.
Well, yeah, I mean every tournament's different. This is our first year to kind of see what this platform is going to look like, because we're in so many different cities and the message is the same.
Mm-hmm.
But as in Toronto, I mean, our players are always excited. It's not a league, it's not a club, it's not a money tournament. So they understand the concept of charity, they understand the concept of fun, and so the tension's a little bit diminished, so they're here to have a good time, it's camaraderie, and we get a chance to just let them know this is why we do what we do, and what you pay for and how you're involved goes to support local charity organizations.
So for anyone out there interested in being part of this, what are the requirements for somebody to play in this tournament?
Just passion. I mean, we have teams that aren't really into charity charity tournaments because they're not as high strung or perhaps intense. But then there's those who get the message, and they're not there for prize monies, they're not there for handouts, they're there just to make a difference.
So is it men, women? Is there an age?
It's 14 and up. It's open right now. Our tournaments are co-ed optional. We don't really dictate, what the team should look like. As we get, bigger, we will have divisions of men, women, co-ed, youth, competitive, rec. So that's the plan to kind of fit everybody in. Yeah.
And for people that perhaps have teams that are looking, so you've got pretty much this year set. When would the next set of applications be setting up for the next games?
They're still applying.
Oh, even now?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're not completely set in stone for
Oh no,
this
the
year.
dates are set.
Oh, well, this is good.
Registrations for our June tournaments have already begun, so they'll be registering up until maybe the week before. That's when we, tend to officially close. A couple of weeks before, our tournament starts. So yeah, they're.
What you should do. You should set out a challenge to all the media outlets in these cities to put together teams and do a bit of a media challenge.
Absolutely, absolutely.
I think so.
And of course, corporations, because
Yeah.
it's a great team building experience,
Yeah.
right? To put together a team and compete. Now, what about 2016? Are we, if for a city that, let's say, might want to have you come in, is this the time to approach
Start the
Kick It to Win
conversation?
It?
Yeah, we start a year in advance. I tend to connect with my networks and colleagues in various cities, and we have conversations of what this might look like, with their help, of course, and introductions to other local businesses. And we do have corporate teams that partake. Great marketing for them, great opportunities for exposure as well for their company, but also because they are supporting a local cause. But yeah, we go out there, we seek them, they come to us, and they say, hey, how can we do a collaborative effort? And this is what we pitch. So it's half business and marketing, and the other half is philanthropy. So we've kind of I've found a passion to do both.
Well, John, you are passionate about this, and you had mentioned earlier that you would like you think that there's a possibility that you could have a presence like FIFA one day.
Yeah, I mean,
in a different arena.
Yeah.
Well, FIFA is a huge organization, obviously, and it's what brings the world together during their World Cup World Cup time. and we want to be sort of mimicking what they do in terms of a world presence, but kind of focusing more on the locals, giving opportunities to people who will never play on a platform like FIFA, and combining both corporate and nonprofit in one, under one roof.
Well, you have Sharon's attention.
Yep.
She's already. I can see the wheels turning.
I know.
I can see a challenge coming from Sharon,
I
Caddy.
know.
I can tell you.
I'm not
such a-
any good at playing, but man, I
No.
can have a good time, and it's
What
all
a-
for a good cause.
Fans are great.
Great idea. Great idea. Well, John Tufangjin, thank you so much for joining
Thank you.
us. And we're gonna keep an eye on this.
Now, where can we send people though that
Yeah.
are looking to get in touch and get their teams going?
KICKIT2WINIT.com. It's KICKIT2WINIT.com. All our information's there, and we're happy to talk to everybody.
All right. Well,
Thank
you know
you.
what? I can see maybe a year from now having you in. Boy, are we going to be hearing some big developments. That's
Awesome.
exciting. Thanks so much,
Thank
John.
you for having me.
Click the channel subscribe button for full-length interviews and more from What She Said here on YouTube.